Something really strange happened on the internet this week. At first, it looked like just another viral clip, the kind you scroll past without a second thought. But this one was different. For a few hours, millions of people around the world were all asking the same shocking question. Not quietly, not in some obscure corner of the internet, but right out in the open. Across social media, in comment sections, and on search engines, people were typing the same thing over and over. Is Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu dead? Now, that sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, right? The kind of thing you'd expect to find on a fringe message board. But this was different. This rumor wasn't small, it wasn't isolated, and it spread across the globe in a matter of hours. Videos were shared, screenshots went viral, and millions of people started examining the short clip, frame by frame, looking for clues. They were trying to figure out if what they were seeing was real, or something else entirely. Because in our world today, we can't automatically trust what we see on a screen. And when a strange detail appears in a video of a world leader, simple curiosity can explode into massive speculation almost instantly. It all started with a single video, and honestly, the clip was almost boring. It just showed Benjamin Netanyahu sitting in a café in Jerusalem. No big press conference, no official podium, just him at a small table, holding a cup of coffee, talking casually while someone filmed him on a phone. He looked relaxed, calm, with no signs that anything was wrong. It was the kind of everyday clip politicians post to seem more relatable. But within hours of it appearing online, viewers started zooming in, watching it again and again. They were looking for something that just didn't seem right. And then someone found it. For a fraction of a second, Netanyahu's hand looked distorted. To some people, it looked like he had 6 fingers. At first, it was just a weird observation. But on the internet, weird observations travel fast. Soon, screenshots with circles drawn around the hand were everywhere. People posted comparison images. And once the image started spreading, the speculation began. Within hours, social media was on fire with theories. Some people insisted the video had to be fake, maybe generated by artificial intelligence. Others claimed it was proof the entire video was digitally manipulated. And then, a much darker rumor took hold. Some users claimed that Netanyahu had actually been killed during recent military tensions in the Middle East. And this cafe video was a deepfake created to hide the truth. The idea was that an AI version of him was being used to make public appearances, so no one would know he was gone. Others went even further, suggesting this was proof that world leaders were already being replaced by AI-generated doubles, digital replicas designed to look real on camera. These theories spread like wildfire. And it's because we're living in an age of deep uncertainty. AI has advanced so quickly that many of us now believe almost anything we see online could be fake. When you mix that uncertainty with politics and global tension, rumors can move faster than facts. So why did this particular rumor spread so fast? At first glance, it seems bizarre. Camera glitches and lighting tricks happen all the time. But this happened under a very specific set of circumstances. The first reason was timing. The video appeared during a period of intense geopolitical tension in the Middle East. Military activity was escalating across the region. Israel was involved in operations, missile strikes were being reported, and world leaders were making strong statements. Global news was on high alert. In situations like this, people pay extremely close attention to every detail, every public appearance, every video. They start looking for clues that something bigger is happening behind the scenes. So a small, weird detail was enough to trigger massive speculation. But timing alone doesn't explain why millions of people actually took this seriously. The second reason is far more modern: artificial intelligence. We are living in the first era of human history where technology can create convincing fake videos of real people, known as deepfakes. Using advanced AI, it's now possible to generate realistic images, clone voices, and create entire speeches that are nearly indistinguishable from real footage. Because of this technology, a healthy dose of skepticism has turned into a default assumption for many. If a video looks even slightly off, the first thought is often, is this a deepfake? So when viewers saw the strange hand in the Netanyahu video, many immediately jumped to the conclusion that it was evidence of AI manipulation. The idea that the whole thing might be a lie suddenly seemed plausible. What makes this story so remarkable is the sheer speed at which it all happened. In the past, rumors traveled slowly through newspapers or by word of mouth, taking days or weeks to circle the globe. But today, a single screenshot can reach millions of people in minutes. Social media algorithms are designed to promote content that gets a strong reaction. The more shocking or mysterious a claim is, the more likely it is to be pushed into everyone's feed. In this case, the rumor was the perfect storm. It combined a world leader, a moment of high-stakes global tension, a mysterious visual anomaly, and the growing public fear that AI is already bending our reality. When all of those elements collide, the result is explosive, and that is exactly what happened here. As rumors swirled online, a global investigation began. Journalists, analysts, and fact-checkers all started digging into the claims. When something involving a world leader starts trending, reporters immediately ask the tough questions. Was there any real evidence? Had any credible news outlets reported an incident? Were there official statements from the Israeli government? Any emergency alerts from Jerusalem? Was there any confirmation at all that the Prime Minister was injured, missing, or worse? One by one, investigators examined each of these questions, and the answer they found was always the same. No, there was no credible evidence that anything had happened to Netanyahu. No official reports, no emergency alerts. Nothing to suggest a sudden change in Israel's leadership. The rumors tearing across the internet had no factual support. In fact, the explanation for that strange video turned out to be surprisingly simple. Benjamin Netanyahu himself decided to address the rumor directly. And he did it in a very simple, very modern way. Instead of a dramatic press conference or a long formal statement, Netanyahu chose a much more relaxed approach. He didn't stand behind a podium surrounded by reporters. He just recorded another short video. The response was calm, almost casual. In the clip, Netanyahu appeared relaxed and comfortable, sitting in what looked like the very same cafe from the viral footage. There was no sign of urgency, no defensive tone. If anything, he seemed a little amused by the whole situation. At one point, he deliberately raised both hands to the camera. 5 fingers on the left, 5 fingers on the right. The message couldn't have been clearer. The rumors were false. Netanyahu even joked about the speculation, acknowledging he'd seen the posts and screenshots. His response made it clear that not only was he aware of the rumor, but he found the whole thing pretty ironic. Within minutes of that video appearing online, the entire conversation started to shift. Journalists quickly confirmed the details. They verified the location of the cafe in Jerusalem. Its interior matched other photos. Reporters confirmed the footage was recent. And within hours, multiple international news organizations all reached the same conclusion. Benjamin Netanyahu was alive and well. The viral rumor had been based on nothing more than a brief visual anomaly in a single video frame. And that mysterious 6th finger that viewers thought they saw, it almost certainly didn't exist at all. So why did his finger look so strange? To understand this, it helps to know a little about how digital video actually works. When a camera records moving images, it's really just capturing a rapid sequence of still frames. Each frame is a tiny slice of time. When these frames play back quickly, our eyes perceive smooth motion. But sometimes, individual frames can contain distortions. Things like lighting conditions can change how shapes appear. The compression algorithms that social media platforms use can slightly distort images. And motion blur can create really strange effects when something moves quickly across the screen. When you pause a video and zoom in over and over, these distortions become much more noticeable. A shadow might look like it's changing shape. A hand might seem slightly elongated. Or, for a fraction of a second, a finger might look like it's been duplicated. In the Netanyahu video, experts believe that a combination of motion blur, the camera angle, and digital compression created the illusion of an extra finger. The effect was only there for a split second. But when that one frame was frozen and magnified, the distortion looked strange enough to spark global curiosity. Once the original footage was examined carefully and played at normal speed, the anomaly simply disappeared. But by the time that simple explanation reached the public, the rumor had already traveled around the world. Even though the rumor was false, this story reveals something fascinating about the age we live in. For the first time in human history, a tiny visual detail in a video can become a global mystery in just a few hours. Millions of people can watch the same clip at the same time, examine the same frame, and when something looks unusual, speculation can spread faster than the truth itself. This creates a very strange environment. Information moves at the speed of light, but verification still takes time. Reporters need to confirm facts. Analysts need to examine footage. Officials need to verify details. And in that gap between the first rumor and the final confirmation, almost anything can happen. The internet fills that gap with theories, some reasonable, some imaginative, and some completely disconnected from reality. So what's the real lesson from this bizarre viral story? First, it's a powerful reminder of how dominant social media has become. A single screenshot can trigger global speculation. A short video clip can start a conversation that reaches millions of people in a matter of hours. Second, it shows how quickly artificial intelligence is changing the way we think about media. For most of history, people generally trusted what they saw on video. But today, that's no longer a given. When viewers notice something unusual, many immediately wonder if the image has been artificially generated. The rise of deepfake technology has made people more skeptical about what they see online. And sometimes, that skepticism can lead to massive misunderstandings. Third, the story reveals something about human nature itself. We are naturally drawn to mystery. When something strange appears, our instincts kick in, pushing us to find an explanation. We search for patterns. We try to make sense of what we're seeing. Sometimes our explanations are accurate, and sometimes they're not. But that search for answers is a core part of how we process uncertainty. In the end, the mystery of Benjamin Netanyahu's supposed sixth finger was nothing more than a digital illusion, a small distortion captured in a single video frame. But the incredible speed at which that rumor spread tells us something important about the world we live in today. We are in an age where reality and digital imagery are becoming harder and harder for many people to tell apart. Technology can create convincing illusions. Algorithms can amplify speculation at incredible speeds. And global political tensions can make even small mysteries feel like signs of something much, much larger. In that kind of environment, rumors can grow with terrifying speed, sometimes faster than the truth can ever catch up. This means that in our modern world, the ability to pause, to question, to investigate, and to seek out verified information is more important than ever before. Because sometimes the only thing separating a global rumor from reality is a single distorted frame in a video. Thanks for watching.